Hi, this is James Donahue from the Start House here in Truckee, California. What I'd like to talk about today are some custom aftermarket ski boot liners and sort of what their applications really are for, what they accomplish, and how they can improve your fit in your ski boot. At the Start House we carry 4 different liners. They're very different, again, in application in terms of fit. I guess we'll just start right into it. We got the foam liner here. The foam system is certainly nothing new. It's been around for basically a few decades now, although the foam consistency has been changed. There's a lot of benefits and maybe a drawback or two to this particular system. The foam is injected, well, the foot gets prepared, bony prominences get padded up, and will go into the liner and into the shell of the boot. Then the foam will be injected around the foot. You can see when I do that, it all puffed up. That would be the foam going around the foot. The ankle would get articulated, the buckles would go down, you get an ankle and a navicular pocket built into the boot. This does a great job of getting a very good, snug, precise fit in the boot. Perhaps a drawback to that would be you only get one shot at it. So once you're shot, you're in there and you're done. In terms of fit, if something's bothering you or kind of painful, you're going to have to modify the liner and the shell after the fact. So really good performance out of this liner. Not the warmest system out there, but again, really quick edge response. If you've got a narrow heel or skinny ankle area, this is really going to take up volume in your boot. Sort of what to ask yourself when you're thinking about custom liners is, how does my boot fit now? You know, is your shell new or old? All these liners aren't going to be the cheapest sort of thing. So really, if you need to upgrade a boot, a whole shell, none of these may work for you. But if you have a boot that you like a lot and you're just trying to improve the fit, that's where some of this comes into hand. So again, really good snug fit from the foam system here. Another great liner we've got is called the Zipfit liner. The inside of this thing is silicone and cork. This is a thermal moldable liner. And so what I mean by that is it gets heated up and then the foot goes into the boot. You get a really good, the performance capabilities of this boot's liner is very high. What I like about this is that you can heat and mold this several times, and you can actually move this cork material around with your fingers. So let's say you get it molded, you go out on the hill, something's just sort of bothering you, you can actually take this liner out of your boot and you yourself can just kind of work this around your fingers, create yourself a little bit of an ankle pocket, navicular pocket, anything that's bothering you. You can heat this up many times. It's a very well made liner. This is made in Italy, stitched. A robot didn't make this. This is all stitched material. Leather on the outside. You got neoprene. The silicone cork and oil stuff is really good. It responds very well. I skied that liner a lot. I really like the performance capabilities of it. There is a break-in period to it. It's very tight at first, but once the liner gets broken in, it really is comfortable. Drawback to this is that it can make your system so tight that you won't be able to slide your foot into the liner. So a lot of guys will take the liner out, will put it on the foot, and then slide the whole thing into the shell. So that can be one drawback to it. We've also got a race lace-up liner. So this would be a liner that comes out of the Worldcup. Comes out of the Worldcup boots, like the actual race boots. Again, very high quality. This is stitched by somebody there in Italy. It's quite snug in the heel and ankle, but there's just about nothing up at the forefoot. This is made to go into a very narrow ski boot. So if you're trying to take up room in the forefoot, this isn't really going to work for you. I have a pair of narrow boots, so 98 4-foot boots, and I have a medium foot, so it's good and snug up front. And I went with this system to shore up that heel and ankle area. I get a lot of really great performance out of it. Again, I have to put the liner onto my foot, slide that whole thing into the shell. So maybe a drawback there. But again, great skiing liner. Probably the most misinformation would come out of the Intuition wrap system. I'm going to go on record and say that I really like this liner, but I think a lot of people really want to, they have a shell that fits way too big and they think that this is going to solve their problem, and it's probably not. What it will do is, so if this is a thermal moldable liner, you know, it gets heated up, goes on the foot, the bony prominence get padded again, so it creates a lot of really good room in that liner for you. If you have a, you know, a spot on your sixth toe or on top of the foot or anything like that, more on that later. This will do a really good job of taking an imprint of that. But if you got a roomy shell, I don't think this is really going to help you out. This is, however, much lighter than any other liner, pretty much that you're going to come across, and it's warmer. So this is in, or a variation of this EVA foam is what this is made of, is in pretty much every serious backcountry boot out there. That's for a very good reason. Again, lightweight, custom, and warmer. So if you have a side country boot with a walk mechanism, you want to lighten that system up a little bit, get a little bit more of a custom fit, this would be a really great avenue to go. If your shell fits pretty well in that heel and ankle area, if it's already really close, this will probably be a big go for you. So I really like it on that front. The other thing I like about this, if you have some problems in terms of your fit, you can really, the Intuition can really help you out there. There's a small percentage of the population that's got a bony prominence on top of the foot in the cuneiform. They got a bump on top of their foot that hurts a lot. This liner can actually really help with that. At the Start House, we will definitely modify tongues and get you as much room as we can in the shell. That's actually a pretty hard place to stretch, is the top of the shell. This liner has been really effective in that front. So if you got some tricky stuff going on, you know, maybe you got a jacked up ankle, the Intuition will do a really good job of helping you out with that, as will the foam liner. So definitely some options you have for getting a kind of a custom fit going on here. Yeah, you know, four great options. That's kind of why we carry them, what we like about them. Thanks for listening.